Today what I want to talk about is something that many people have been asking me of. Some people have been asking me, do goats in the north do well here in the south? Now, there's what is called adaptability. There's what we call environmental condition when it comes to these animals. An animal that grew up in a very dry environment, that spent all its life in a dry environment, if you bring it down to an environment where there is high humidity, it's going to find it hard to adapt. So that's why in some cases you see that somebody bought red Sokoto goats from the north. Let's say they went to Castina or Kano, bought red Sokoto goats, brought them back to Abia State. Within 2 weeks, they have already lost like 20 goats out of the 50 they bought. That is because they found it hard to adapt. Red Sokoto, Borno whites, Sahelian goats, they all find it very difficult to adapt here in the south. I'm not saying that you should not buy those goats from the north. I'm just saying that if you acquire those goats, they are going to require more management, more careful management than when compared to these local goats that are already adapted to our environment. So that's why in most cases you see people buying gold from north and they die. They're not dying because it did not it like they're not dying because of some people say it's PPR, some people say it's something else. In some cases it's not PPR, it's just that they are finding it hard to adapt to the environment. I know of a farmer, I visited his farm, I think that should be I visited his farm late October. Late October. He had, I think he bought like for something goods in a space of two. I think that should be 4 days or within 2 days and 4 days, he lost everything. He lost almost everything, not everything, because there was like seven remaining. Now I went to the farm. The What I saw was not signs of PPR, so there's no way it is PPR. Some of these goats they just came down with certain conditions that they are not familiar with. They are not, they have not built adaptability towards high humidity. Some diseases here also, like for example, like these are local goats. There are some diseases that they will encounter because they are already used to it, because they have already developed immune system to all these diseases. They will do just fine. But you put that same goat from the north into that environment where that disease is, you find out that you are having high mortality, which is always devastating to every farmer. I've been through that road before, that road of high mortality before. I've been there before, so I know how it feels. That's why I always tell people, if you are going to buy goat from the north, number one, make sure you already have the management in place. Now, what do I mean by the management? Make sure there is always shade. Our local goats here don't like water. And then talk less of these goats that are meant to be, they are already used to the arid and semi-arid environments. For example, now if you bring the Sahelian goat here down to the east here, you are going to require shade because over there is already used to hot sun. It's already used to dry environment. These are goats that much better in arid or semi-arid environments. In fact, if you take a Sahelian goat to a semi-arid place like Abuja, it's going to have issues. Talk less of when you bring it down here to the south, it's going to even have more issues. Now, the only thing that can save you is your management techniques. Now, that's why I always tell people, if you're a farmer, you see, there's no way you can succeed if you are what I call abroad. In fact, let me not use the word abroad. If you are a part-time farmer, no. If you're a part-time farmer, I won't. If in fact, the truth is, if you cannot manage your farm by yourself, and you don't have somebody who wants your farm to grow as much as yourself, it is very hard for that farm to succeed. Farms keep closing because of poor management, not because of even the high cost of feed, not because of even the high cost of medication. It's because of management. When the management is there, you cannot make profit. So that's why I always tell people, if you are doing anything that has to do with livestock, make sure the management is in place. Pigs, goats, cattle, whatever. Make sure the management is in place. It's in place. Now, if you are doing goat farming with these are local goats, it's much easier as far as you can be able to prevent the PPR, because that is the major disease wipe out your farm, PPR alone. But if you are also bringing goats from the north, you need to put in more management in place. You need to put in more management in place because they will find it very difficult to adapt to this environment unless the management is there. Unless you make the environment as suitable for them as much as possible. Because if you bring goats in a place where the workers don't care if they have eaten, if they have been medicated, if they have been dewormed, if they have a very good place to sleep when there is rain, or if they have a very good place to go into when there is rain, or if their shades or their pens have been cleaned, those ghosts won't survive. Those ghosts won't survive. These our local ghosts might survive in that kind of in an environment full of poor, poor management. But these ones that are not used to this environment, they will really find it hard to adapt. That's why a situation whereby cut out PPR, like let's say PPR apart, I put 10 local goats here and 10 goats from the north here, and I mismanage them. You find out that the local ones are doing much better even when I'm mismanaging them because they are used to the environment, they are used to everything that I'm showing. So it was this issue that I decided to address today. So take caution when you are buying goods from the north and make sure that the management is already in place. And while buying your goods from the north, make sure the goods you are buying are very, very healthy. Don't go and buy sick goods and put in your farm and expect them to survive. In some cases, it's not even about adaptability. It's about the health status of the goods you are buying. Make sure, if possible, if you are going to do goods farming, if possible, find out if there are, and you want to buy the goods, good breeds from the north. In fact, contact me. For now, I don't have good breeds of the north. Red Sokoto and the Sahelians are not here. But if you need your goods from the north, contact me and I will recommend good farms in the north where you can buy your good from. Even good farms here in the south that are doing good farming with Red Sokoto and Sahelians, I will recommend you to them. Even the Bua goats, if you need Bua goats, you can reach out to me. I will recommend people who you can buy from. Very reliable guys who you can buy from. And that's it on today's video. So keep subscribing to the channel. Like I always say, this channel belongs to all of us. It doesn't belong to me alone. It belongs to all of us. So let's make sure to grow this our channel. Thank you, and see you guys in the next video.